All right, I'm going to do a video here before the sun goes down. I am not in a good place right now. At this point in life, I am not in a good place. I don't know. I don't know where this channel is going to go, because I don't even know where I'm going. But I have had this cloud of depression over me for a long time now, and it's very scary. It's a really, really scary thing. I mean, my head is like, I feel like I'm vibrating right now. That's how not in a good place I am. That's how I just am completely, and I don't like to use the word hope, but I am completely just hopeless. Like I don't, this is what happens, this is what happens when I get like I get, if I don't feel good and I don't feel right health wise and mental wise, I am a train wreck. I am a complete wreck. And I know that I'm speaking for a lot of other people when I do this. And if I cry in this video or I do something, hey, it's just going to happen because that's how I feel. I feel like I'm on another. And it's so hard to do these videos because, who wants to be in, this is how I think. Who wants to be involved with someone that's talking like this? Who wants to be around someone or listen to someone talking like this? I don't even like talking about this. So if I don't like it, then I know other people don't like it. But if I don't talk about it, I know that I'm speaking for a lot of people. And this is kind of like the only satisfaction that I get is knowing that this video might help someone for today. It might do something for me and someone else. And besides that, I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. I don't feel like anything is happening. And I'm to that breaking point again. I am at the breaking point. I feel another nervous breakdown coming, and I just had one. It usually takes a couple months or about a year or something. I just said this literally, I don't know, a month ago, a couple weeks or a month ago. I don't know when I did the video that I did. But right now, you're seeing someone at their breaking point. You're seeing the face of depression. You're seeing the face of, I can't say that I don't have anything to live for, though. That's why it's so hard to explain this, because I want to say this as honestly as I can say it. It's not that I don't want to do things. It's not that I don't want to do things in my life. It's just when I feel like this, it's so hard to do things. It's because the way I feel. And I know that I say my feelings don't matter and all this shit, but it does matter, because the way I feel is how I'm going to live. And the more that I talk, the more that I get on here and do videos, I just keep realizing I'm wrong about a lot of things. I was wrong, and then I do something different. And then I was wrong about that thing, and I do something different. Even though I know, listen, this is going to sound so weird to everybody. This is going to sound so weird. But I realize I kind of have to lie to myself. I have to tell myself, I have to lie to myself. Like, I have to tell myself things, even though I know the hard, cold, harsh reality of how existence is and how nature is and how things really are. You gotta kind of tell yourself things that you really don't even want to tell yourself, but you have to tell yourself it, because you get to the end of this. You get to the end of this, and you're hanging on, and you're hanging on by a thread. And I wouldn't be like this if I didn't feel like this, if I didn't have this cloud lingering over my head. And then all I do is I get angry, and I start getting bitter about everything. And it's just this cycle that it needs to be broke. This cycle has got to be broke, and I don't know how it's going to be broke. The other day, I was thinking about maybe hospitalizing myself and going somewhere and getting some kind of treatment or doing something, because I cannot keep doing what I'm doing. This is not working. And for me to admit this on camera to people, it fucking sucks. I don't want to do this. I don't want to put this video out there. But I see what's going on, and I see so many people. I see so many people that are talking the same way. I see so many people that they're going through similar things. And this is why I said in the last video, I think we're taking what I'm saying here wrong. When I do these videos, let me calm down a little bit here. Let me calm down a little bit. When I do these videos, I am not doing these videos to make people more depressed or more suicidal or make you more angry or to get you more in a worse place than what you already may be in. That is not why I do these videos. I do these videos so that I can at least have some fresh air to breathe for myself and for other people. I am just venting what I know a lot of us will not talk about because we're scared to talk about it. And this is something I thought about, and this is terrifying. This is a terrifying thought, to think that there are people out there that they are holding on to things for dear life, and they will not talk to other people about it. They won't even tell their family or like a psychiatrist or a therapist. They won't even tell these people things. And we hold on to these things. You, they, whoever is listening, we hold on to this stuff, and it just turns into this thing where you're about to explode. And then we end up doing all these things. We end up getting angry and agitated and confused and all these things. And look, I was wrong about a lot of the things I said. I thought that I could handle a lot of things, and I can't handle them. I can't. You know, why do I keep playing this ball game? Why do I keep thinking that I have it in me to do all of these things that I say that I can do? It's ridiculous. This is why I'm this whole thing with just be strong. Keep being strong. Just be strong. Hold on. You can do it. No, I can't do it. And I'm not strong. And I am powerless right now to do anything about my situation. And it's, look, you're sitting here and you're hearing me talk. This could all change tomorrow. I can wake up and feel absolutely different. The cloud can just lift up because I know how I am. This is how I get. This is why I told y'all, I don't know what goes on with me. I don't know if I'm bipolar, schizophrenic. I think I have something going on here, a couple things going on here that I'm not dealing with. And I'm doing these videos to help myself deal with it, but it's not, I don't want to say solving, but it's not helping me in the way that I need help. It helps a little bit sometimes, and it gets me by. And I know that I'm going to be speaking for another person, but it's not doing enough for me. It's not doing enough for me. And this you are seeing. You might be looking at me. I might not look like I am feeling some kind of way. I may not seem that I am what I'm speaking about, but I am. I am in a very, very bad place right now in this moment. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be this way tomorrow or the next day, but it's how I am now. And I always think that people are going to view me this way all the time if I talk about it or I let it be known. I know how this is. It's just speaking about it and getting it out of me and putting myself through it and actually doing it and putting it out to other people. Then the pressure may leave somewhat and something may happen a little bit. But I just feel like I am about to really have another nervous breakdown, and I just had one a little bit ago, and this is not fun. And I don't want to do this video to bring people down more. I don't want to do this video for that reason. I want to do this to lift you up. I want to do this so that you have something to live for. You know? I just can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I can't keep the cycle has got to be broken somehow. It just has to be. It's I don't even know what to say right now. I don't even have the words to say. It's just, for those of you who don't go through this, you're not going to relate. You're not going to understand what I mean. And those of you who are going through it, what are we doing to help ourselves and other people? And then yet again, I have the thought in the back of my head that this is what plagues me, is I can't stop thinking like, oh, well, you're just doing it for nothing. It's for no reason. What's the point? And I was watching this video of this girl that she seemed so happy on the outside. You know, she was like a tech nerd, and she was at the top of her class and all this stuff. She brightened people's day up and all this stuff. But she was having an internal thing going on that she didn't talk about with anybody, and she didn't let it be known. And then she ended up going and jumping off of a bridge and killing herself. And then her dad found her at the side of the road. All because she didn't think that she had a way to express herself. All because she didn't think that there was something, that there was somewhere where she didn't have to be perfect, where she didn't have to think that she had to be something that she really wasn't. She couldn't actually say how she felt. That is terrifying. That is a terrifying feeling when I think about this. I think about someone that is going through something and they're having these things go on in their life, and they cannot bring themselves to actually tell other people how they really feel when they feel how they feel. That is a very, very scary thought to me. Because I'm telling you how I feel. I'm telling you what I go through. And I'm telling you that I am going through a rut in my life. I don't see too many. There's a red cardinal out here. That's pretty weird. The day that I know it's just a coincidence, but I never see red cardinals out here. So there you go. Just seeing that red cardinal right there. That struck a nerve with me because see, something like that can, look, I don't know if you can see it. You ain't going to be able to see it, but it's on this bench, it's like right here. You can't see it though. It's too small. It's looking right at me. But someone was wearing a shirt that said what the cardinal represents. I forget what a cardinal represents. But anyway, something so small like that. And it's terrifying that I know that didn't have anything really to do with, you won't understand because it happened to me. It didn't happen to you, but it's terrifying when I think that there are people that are going through these things in their life and they feel like there is nobody that they can talk to. And you know what? Even though I'm talking to you about it, even though I am out here doing a video that I dread doing, I feel as though even though I am talking to you about it, even though I'm expressing myself and I'm really telling you what I'm going through, I don't feel like it's really doing too much of anything for me. But I shouldn't feel like that. I shouldn't feel ashamed. I shouldn't feel any kind of way. I'm a human being, for heaven's sake. And I feel like I am making people more negative. I feel like I am making people more suicidal. I feel like I am bringing people down instead of lifting them up. I feel like I am doing all these things to get people more messed up. And that is not what I want to do. That is not the reason that I talk about what I talk about. That is not why I brought this channel up in the first place. I did this to get this out of me. I did this so that I have a platform to vent what I'm going through. I did this so that other people can listen and can reflect on it for themselves. And really, I am doing this for other people. I say I don't care, and I say that I can't stand the human condition and all this stuff. But you know what? I do care. I do care. I just don't care about stupid, petty, ignorant things. That's all. But I do care. I do care. And I can't sit here and act like I don't, because I do. And I think a lot of us, we're putting on this facade that we're so tough, that we can handle this, that we can do this, that we can keep going through this time and time again. And I'm telling you, if you're anything like me, you are going to have your breaking point. You are going to have a nervous breakdown. You are going to feel like there's nowhere to go. And then you have to do what I'm doing. And you have to come out in your car like I'm doing, or you're going to have to go wherever and you're going to have to admit this to other people or yourself. But you have to admit it to yourself first. You have to admit it to yourself first. And this admitting part, this putting it out there part and actually talking about it is the hardest thing to do. I know, because I do it all the time. I let this stuff build up over time, and then I just let it go, and I let it go, and I don't deal with it, and I don't handle it the way that I should handle it, and it turns to this. This is what it turns to. But this is not this is not why I do this. This is not why I do this. And I'm sorry to say, all that I keep getting is these negative comments. All I keep getting is these words, and I know they're just words. I know they're just words. And a lot of you, maybe that's you expressing yourself. That's you venting. That's you saying what you actually need to say. I can't judge you in that manner. But I feel as though I am just making things worse doing this. And I know I have never felt like this. I felt like this before, but not in this way. This is different. This is like a despair type of feeling. This is a feeling like, where do I go from here? I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Even though I have my music and I have my writing and I have my arts stuff and I have a couple people in my family that help me and stuff, it's just psychologically, mentally, physically, it's not enough. It's just, I'm not getting that need met like it should be getting met. That's all there is to it. And I don't know where to go. And I know this is going to sound so hypocritical, but actually, I think that this is just making me worse in some aspects. Like the whole being on a computer and a phone all day. There are good and there are bad, good and bad in everything. And for some reason, I keep letting myself do more of the bad shit than more of the quote good shit. And I keep I keep putting myself in this rut, and I keep finding myself in this place over and over and over again. And while I'm alive, I want to break this habit. I want to break what is ever going on here. Even though I will still talk about the things I need to talk about. I will still talk about when I feel this way if something doesn't happen. But you just get to a point where you know that you cannot handle what you're doing anymore. You just can't really do it anymore. And admitting that is so hard. And like I said, I feel like my body is vibrating right now. Like I am shaking, vibrating, because my aura is wrong. My energy, the vibration in my body is wrong. It's not right. It's not how it should be. And it's like, even though I talk about how I can't stand a lot of things, and I can't stand people most of the time and all this stuff, this is not how I really am. Like, this is not how I used to be. Like, I used to be around people and I used to be the life of the crowd. I used to have a zeal for life that a lot of people didn't have. And I wanted to help people and bring people out of their stuff. And I still want to do that. It just feels different now. It doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. It doesn't feel like I'm contributing, or I'm not content with what I'm doing. And I don't know why I feel that way. I shouldn't feel that way. I do my best to help others. I do my best to say what's really on my mind. And I do my best to tell you the truth about life and how I feel about it and what I'm going through. And yet again, this will probably make a lot of people feel the way that I probably don't want you to feel, but you'll feel that way. It's very hard to explain. Everything I say, I can never put my finger on it. And I know that's my problem. I'm thinking that I can do more than maybe what I can do or can't do. And like I said, I am the problem. I am my own problem. And for me to fix the problem is a very hard thing. It's hard to admit that I am the problem, that I am having a problem. I am going through something here, and I am the problem. And this is why so many of us, we start getting angry and we start blaming everyone else and we start pointing the finger at the world when really it's us. It's me. It's you. We are the world. We are the people here. And I want to end with this note. If there is anyone out there that you are this person that you are holding on for dear life and you are at the end of your rope or your thread, or you're hanging on by a thread and you don't feel like you can actually be yourself. You have this thing where you feel like you have to be perfect. You feel like if you're not perfect or you're not living up to the standard of what the rest of the world is doing, that you're all of these things. You're a failure and you're not good enough and it's pointless. And the list just goes on and on and on. It's not true. It's not real. It's you're reflecting that back onto yourself, and you admitting that and talking about that to other people. It's not the end of the world. You think it's the end of the world. You think that it's going to be so bad. That burden will not be lifted until you can admit that to yourself and you can actually maybe say it to another person, even if the other person doesn't care or isn't listening or whatever. It doesn't matter. At least you're getting it off of your chest. At least you're getting it off of your shoulders and you're talking about it. Some of you, that can do something for. Now, I know me, my problem is much bigger than just getting on a video and admitting what's happening with me and telling you what's going on and how I really feel and what I'm really going through. I have a clinical problem here. I have a mental thing going on, a psychological thing that I can't help. I could sit here and talk to you for days in a row, but I still have to go through it because I have a disorder here. I have a mental problem. A lot of us, I don't think we have a mental problem. I just think that we are stuck in a rut that we can't get out because we don't know how to deal with it. There's a difference between having a mental disease and having a problem in your life that you feel like you're stuck with. And I can't judge that. I don't know where to go with that. It's just like I was watching this video the other day where somebody said there is a difference between depression and being depressed. There's a difference. It's when you are depressed, you're probably just in this rut in your life that most of you can get out of with a little bit of help. Me, I have depression. I can sit here and talk about it. I can speak to somebody else and I will still be depressed. And I have to deal with that. And dealing with it, I feel as though I can't really deal with it too much anymore. And I have to at least go and seek some kind of something to get me out of what I'm going through because I cannot do it anymore. And like I said, I can wake up tomorrow and I could be telling you something completely different. And then I think that people will think that I'm all these things, that I'm crazy and all these things. And yeah, I am crazy. I am crazy, but not in the sense of what other people might be thinking I'm crazy. You know? I don't know. I can't never put my finger on what I'm really trying to say here. I never feel like I'm getting across what I really want to get across. I always feel that something is missing. I always feel I haven't done enough or something's missing, and I shouldn't feel that way because I did what I could do. I gave it what I could give it. And I said what I could say. And I gave you all that I had to give at this particular time. And why? Why should I feel ashamed of anything? Why should I feel guilty? Why should I feel like I didn't do enough? I'm not Superman. I'm not some kind of God that can do everything, a metaphorical God. I can't do everything. I'm a flesh, blood, and bone man. I am flesh, blood, and bone, and I'm speaking a couple words. Words, words, words. And that's where me saying I'm powerless, there's some kind of something in that, saying that I'm powerless. And my life is unmanageable. There's some kind of comfort in that to me. But then again, there's not. There is some comfort, but then that ends up being the problem, is that I get comfortable in that, you see? And then I keep finding myself in the problem again. I might solve it for some time, and then, hey, I'm back again, you know? And yet again, this is not to bring you down. This is not to get you more messed up. This is not to do any of that. This is for people that feel as though they cannot actually say how they are feeling. They cannot actually bring themselves to tell someone else that, look, this is what I am going through and this is how it is. And I am angry and I am bitter and I am lonely and I am depressed and I am anxious and I am at the end of my road here and all these things. When we can't speak about this, what is this saying about our humanity? What is this saying about us when we can't do that? And this is why I think this era that we're in it's so dangerous, because we feel like we have to be perfect. The women feel like they have to wear makeup in their videos and have their hair perfect all the time. And men feel like they have to be strong and they have to take on the burdens of everybody else. And I think that is, yes, somewhat. We do that somewhat, but there has to be an outlet there. There has to be somewhere where we can go. There has to be something there for us to shed this out onto something or to get it out of us somehow. There has to be something. You just can't keep holding on to it. You just can't keep dealing with it. This is preposterous, if I said that right. It's just absolutely nuts when we think like this, when we think that we have this all together. We don't have this all together. When you tell someone everything's going to be all right, yes, that may make them feel a bit better for a time, but it's a Band-Aid. It's just something to lie to yourself. It's not going to be all right. It's let us talk about what is not all right in our life. Let us talk about the things that are really happening so that we can move on from them and we can make our day a little better and that we can get past this bullshit. That's all I want to do. I want to get past this and I want to move on and I want to live my life freely. And when this comes up, I want to have an outlet to talk about it. I want to be able to express myself. And I do that here. But for me, it's not enough. It's just not enough. It's just a Band-Aid that I keep putting on a wound that will not heal. It will not heal up. I keep putting ointment, a Band-Aid, and I keep changing the wrap and changing the wrap and changing the wrap. And it's not healing up. The wound will not heal. And I know other wounds will happen in my life, but my goodness gracious, how can I heal this wound so I can move past it for a while? And if I get another wound, okay, I get another wound. Then I have to do this again and then move past it again. I know it sounds like it's insanity, and it might be insanity, but you know what? This is what we have to do. This is what I have to do. I have to do this. I have to do this for myself as well as another person. Because who else is going to do it? Who else is going to carry this load for other people? Who else is going to actually call it out for what it is? I don't hear nobody doing this. And I feel like I'm the only one that's doing this for myself and others. And I feel like I'm taking on that burden for myself and other people, even if it's really not true. That's how I feel about it. Because I'm going through it and I know that I'm speaking for a lot of other people. And this is for us to acknowledge the wound and to move on from the wound. It's not to keep wounding yourself. It's not to keep bringing yourself down. That's not why I'm doing this. And I'm going to let it be. I'm going to let it be what it is right now. I don't want to keep talking. I don't know how long the video is. I don't like having to put two videos together because it cuts off. But I got to break the habit of when I keep thinking that I got this and I think I'm strong enough, because I'm not, and I have to keep saying that, but I won't do it. I have a habit of saying, okay, everything's cool now a little bit, and I let it go and I let it go and I let it go and I don't deal with it and I don't handle it. And then I let it get to be where it is, where it was earlier in the video. I feel a little better now, yeah. But if I don't deal with it when I need to deal with it, then it's going to come again. And I'm going to have to do this again. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong that I have to do that. I don't know why I feel ashamed or I feel hypocritical or I feel like I'm this insane guy doing this over and over again. Yes, I am. So what? That's the way life is. You know, I keep reflecting this thing and I keep telling myself this over and over again. And it's like, it is what it is, man. You can't change it. You can't change how things really are. You just got to admit how things really are. No matter how screwed up it is, no matter what others are going to think, no matter what you're going through, this admitting part is the hardest thing to do, is to admit that you have a problem. Admit that I have a problem. And to say we're powerless over this thing. And I am not strong enough. I don't have this. See, that's what we don't want to do. We feel like we can't do that because this is how we're being conditioned and brainwashed to think. And I realize how absurd it is and how absurd most things are, but that's just the way that they are. And then I have to do something. I have to make a move to do something. Don't like doing it, but I have to do it. And then when I do it, I feel a bit better. And then it's back to doing it again. So I just have to accept that this is the way it is. This is what's going to come. And I have to accept it. I have to accept it, but I feel like I haven't accepted it. And I don't know why I haven't accepted it yet. It's a very weird, strange feeling, you know. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to keep going because I'm going to ruin what I just said. You know, you just keep blah, 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 and then it just becomes these definitely pointless and meaningless words. Because I always feel like I have to end it some kind of way. You know, there always has to be a outro that will please or will make someone feel better. And that's not always how it is. You got to go through the storm sometimes to get to the nice weather in your life. So just do what you have to do. That's all I can say. Do what you have to do for yourself. Because no one's going to do it for you but you. No one's going to admit that you have a problem or admit that you're going through something but you. They, them, those people, they can't do that for you. And it's a terrifying feeling thinking that there's people out there that don't feel like they can do that. You got to take a baby step. It's baby steps in this life. It's the small things that make life. It's the baby steps that help. I'm out, y'all. Stay up, stay lowly, resonate.